Alright. Welcome back to Jujutsu Kaisen Anime Review, episode number 22. We're reviewing the 41st episode of the series, which is part of the Shibuya Incident arc, Thunderclap Part 2, adapting chapters 117 to 119, the first 8 pages of chapter 120. It starts off with Megumin chanting about these particular Shinigami dogs. They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna summon the big one, and they kill the guy who's been hurting him since like last episode. The guy who looked like he's wearing like a one strap overall, and he's got a sword where the handle is a hand, and he summons the creature, and he beats the creature like all, and of course he puts his body in spin animation so basically he can die at the same time this guy did. But then all of a sudden we have Sutsuna noticing this. He's like, oh crap, my next host is gonna die. Because he wants to inhabit his body. Don't forget. It's like, well, I'll see you later. Yep. And then he proceeds to battle the Shinigami and does a whole lot of collateral damage. Like there is must about 20 buildings he knocked down. Some with people inside. Good gosh. Like some of whom basically had a couple people had wings on the back. Like, oh my god, this is more than the last episode. This is like, I think last episode, by collateral damage wise, he must have caused like $100 million worth of damage, or at least close to $1 billion. And this is, of course, U.S. currency. Given the destruction he did in this episode, is more. It must have been close to 50 to 100 million, or at least over $1 billion worth of damage. Like, wow, this whole area, like, it's almost like Shibuya was completely destroyed in this one episode. They go back and forth quite a while. Fight ends with Sutsuna winning. The creature destroyed. Megumin is basically dropped up with the principal and the doctor from the school who smokes, who actually got back to smoking, who was actually in that flashback thing. And you have Sutsuna standing in front of the devastation, and that's when he decides to leave, to basically go back to sleep, and having Yuta see this devastation. And what does Yuta do? He vomits. Obvious reaction. And of course, basically, like, then he proceeds to claw at the ground, almost nearly destroying his own fingers in the process. And he's like, gonna vow to basically do something else. And by the way, Sutsuna, he is done in this arc. Yeah, this episode was the last time he's gonna be seeing this arc. Because there's not much left to go for this arc, if you're really, really curious. This arc, with this very episode, there is approximately, because we got to 120, there's exactly 16 chapters left. Really? Yes, really. Though the very next episode, we'll finish up adapting here. We'll go through this time. Won't go very far for 42. Yeah, it looks like for the next couple episodes, we're not doing 4 chapters. We're doing just 3. Yeah. And then, of course, basically, right after the battle is over with, and then, of course, we have Nanami showing up, and he's half burned. And you can definitely see, despite his half burned body, the man keeps in shape. Like, he must constantly keep in shape, basically, to get that look of his. And that's how the episode ends, leading into our next episode. This episode is really good. Yeah, there's a lot of not a lot of gross stuff, surprisingly, in this episode, because normally there's a bit of gross element when it comes to Jujutsu Kaisen. There is a bit of blood, per se, and it's mostly the only thing I see, like, for, like, decapitation, it's mostly this cursed spirit. You see some limbs get chopped up, but it's not, like, human body parts. It's not something to make you sick, per se. But that's kept to minimal, but though there's a moment when you watch this episode, it seems as though they rushed it a bit when it comes to animation. It looks like it was a bit unfinished, per se. Yeah, I would have thought, though, Crunchyroll would have asked Mappa, hey, can you fix some of the issues with this episode? Either they did send him that memo, or, because some of the thing it looked like was very like, doesn't look very good per se. The story is really good. I like all the destruction they showed in this episode, but some moments here and there didn't look very good. It might be a little bit of the pain arc, a little bit in some spots, but not overall terrible. I would say it's a spot, if you're curious, it's a spot where they have things like cubes. That is where the spot I felt as though that was the weakest part of the animation was the cube thing. It didn't look too good. I thought it was the weakest part of the whole episode. Yeah. But that's all I gotta say about this episode. It's good. And, well, we still got a little while to go before we wrap this arc up. Okay. How many more episodes? Well, it's 16 more to go. Chapters-wise. Well, actually more like 17. Well. So, this arc has officially been going on now for 12 episodes. So, we have exactly 6 more left. That is correct. We have 6 more episodes left to go for the Shibuya incident, and that's it. Just 6 more to go. Okay, so that's episode of you. Next up, Comic Corner, and then on to Girlfriend next. Okay, next video. Bye.